Hey everybody, welcome to Candy Coated Conversations. It's your girl Candace here. Let's see. We'll just give everybody the opportunity to get on in here. I do want to say hello to the early birds. Voracious One is here. Star Olivia is here. You guys, the link to join the panel is pinned at the top. Y'all know everyone is always welcome to join. Well, we'll just hang out and chit chat for just a few minutes. Let everybody get on in here. Hey, Linda P. Linda, you got to give me an update. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Shay. Hey, everybody. I hope everybody. You know what? Now that I have made it through the week, the entire week, y'all. I need somebody to be proud of me for that because y'all know with these systems, I've been telling y'all, look, I may have a power outage or anything, but look, the power stayed on all week. I made it through the week. It was a good week. It was a great day, relaxing day. Wasn't too busy. And so yes, thank you, Shay. Thank you. So I'm excited that it is Friday now. Happy to come hang out with you guys, see what everybody is talking about. Hey, Gangsta Granny. Once again, you guys, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. You never have to ask for it. It's pinned there. Hey, Mimi. How is everybody? Welcome, everybody. Look, first of all, look, I was trying to decide if I was gonna be mad at you about that little comment yesterday, Shay. I may partake in one because it's the weekend. I may partake. It is Friday, and I'm ready for the weekend. So look, we shall see what happens, Shay. But look, that is never a reason why I wouldn't do a show. I laughed when you said that. I said, wait a minute. Hey, Granny, welcome to the panel.
You know I had to come and mess with you,
Yes,
Candy.
how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I just came from watching Misfit and show. It was really good.
I did pop in. Look, y'all know it's so sad. I have to, I can be there in spirit, and I always try to just pop over and say hello. But during the workday, I have to have it on mute. Look, it's been so busy, I have to have it on mute. It used to be to where, I could turn it on between.
Yeah, she did a good job. She did a good job today. It was nice. She was controlling the panelists and everything. It was really good.
Oh, that was good.
I
I'm
had
gonna catch it
fun.
on the replay, but of course I did go in and show my face just for support. So that's good. Okay. So I was telling Voracious One that we started actually and finished. There's a show called Them, right? And we watched season two. Now, see, there is a season one, but it was so scary, you guys. I never made it past episode three in season one. And even those three episodes, I kept having to watch them multiple times. Not because, it was boring or not keeping my interest. I've told y'all before, I don't like scary movies. I get scared. Like I'm jumping around. And so it was too much of my nerves. I couldn't finish it. But we did play all
What's the name
of
of it, Candy? Because I need something to watch tonight. It don't. I don't be
yeah,
scared. What's the name of it?
it's called Them.
On
It's
what?
called
On
Them.
what?
It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Prime. So
Oh,
we watched
okay.
season two, and I will tell you this: even though the show is called Them, season one and season two, you have some of the same actors, but the storyline is different. So be ready for that. So if you watch season one, don't think that season two is a continuation or they're jumping back in. It's a totally different storyline. So we watched the entire thing today. And then we did watch, I believe it was three episodes. I said, you know what? Since I'm here working, I'm not really, really, really looking. I said, I'll play season one. So we did get through three episodes of that before. Um, we end it for the day. Usually I'll end the Twitch, right before I get off or something like that. So, you guys, let's get started with our little conversation today. And I hope everybody has a lot of input on this topic, because we're talking about, girl, you got ghosted. Can you handle rejection? So, we want to talk about this. And, even when I was doing a little reading on it, look, if you've ever even been through this really can be emotionally trying. But we're going to dig deep into it because, it really, with ghosting per se, it really is about the way that's done. So before we get started and jump in, let's go into the official definition of ghosting. Okay, so that we're all on the same page. So, ghosting is the practice of abruptly ending all communication with someone without explanation, typically in a romantic relationship, friendship, or professional context by ceasing to respond to messages, calls, or any other form of contact, effectively disappearing from their life without explanation. It states ghosting was first mentioned in the Urban Dictionary in 2006 and has since become a recognized dating term in popular culture. Okay. Let's see. It says while this term is commonly used in the context of dating, ghosting can also occur between friends, family members, or colleagues. Being ghosted can lead to significant emotional distress, including feelings of rejection, confusion, self doubt, as it leaves the other person feeling rejected and misguided without any closure or explanation. Okay, hey Tamika. So, what do you guys think
Hey
about the
y'all.
thought
Hey
of
Gangsta
ghosting?
Granny. Hey Big Sis.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, twin.
Now, I'm trying to think back, you guys. I don't even know what, before the term ghosting came around, I don't even know what we call this. I can't remember what we call this. Granny, was there a name to this back in the day before the term ghosting?
He played you. He played you.
Oh, right, right. They said, girl, you got played. Hey, girl, he played you. Hey, Miss Fit. Good show today. We were just talking about that. Yeah. So back in the day, that's what they say, girl, you just got played. What you gonna do? You got played. But when we really, really think about this, you guys, the way the nature of ghosting is something that I can imagine being very, very emotionally traumatizing. Because, okay, so take it that you're in now, and I do have some questions to it. So, in a dating relationship, you guys, if you, how many dates do you have to go on before it's considered ghosting? Like, are there levels to this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go out with you one time on a first date and I just like, you are not for me, and I just am like, oof, my, no, this is just not working out. Does the Do I owe the other person an explanation after one date?
No, I don't think
Hey,
so.
Deja.
Hey Deja.
Yes, good to see you. Yeah, one date is that. I put it in the chat, you guys, to anyone listening. If you go on one date with someone and decide, no, this is not the person for me, and this, you can be man, woman, whatever, is that actually ghosting, or just we just didn't vibe? It just is not gonna work.
Yeah, I think that's just we just didn't vibe.
Okay. I definitely feel that way. So one, if it's just we just didn't vibe. Two, if you owe an explanation after a first date. I'm gonna put one, we just didn't vibe. I'm putting my answer in the chat. I'm putting a one. Hey Babs. Okay, so if we're gonna say that, when do you owe someone an explanation if you decide to ghost them? How many dates in, or how many and see, even I want to I want to stand by my conviction with saying one after a first meeting, but Does it make a difference? If I've been talking to you for 3 months on social media, and then we decide to have a face-to-face meeting, do you owe me an explanation after if you decide to ghost me, or you decide you don't want anything to do with me after our first meeting? Does that make a difference
Yes.
to you guys?
Yes, because that's
To
three
me,
months in.
that yeah, I agree. I think I think when you've invested so much time into a person, conversation, we're talking. A lot of times in these situations, because they are dating situations, a lot of times you find yourself you're talking to this person every day, sometimes several times a day for lengthy periods of time, and you're getting to know that person. So when you do have that one initial meetup, and you guys decide, it can be either or. It sometimes it can be a mutual thing, like, oh dang, we talked for 3 months but we met and it ain't it. But whoever decides, if that much time has been invested, I think that person is worth an explanation. I really do. Am
And
I
I
wrong
agree
for
with
thinking
you.
that?
No, you're
I
not wrong
agree
because I
with
think so
you.
too.
I agree with you, but if you're talking about ghosting, um, and that's a whole different level because sometimes being ghost is like you've been talking, like you said, you talked to somebody 3 months on to say Facebook, and you guys been talking over the phone, and you decide to meet up, and a person don't show. I would consider that more so ghosting than anything. But if
Hmm.
I talk to you for 3 months and we meet up, and then you decide that I'm not your cup of tea, I think that I would want an explanation. But how would you tell somebody that, and without hurting their feelings, I wasn't attracted to you, or I found you ugly, certain things like that. You know what I'm saying, Candy? Y'all know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, Heavy.
yeah, yeah.
Because ain't nobody going some people might come out and say that shit,
Hey,
but
lady.
I wouldn't be so rude to say that. But I consider that ghosting. The second one is more so like we build a rapport, we feeling each other, then all of a sudden when we meet and you didn't like me or you wasn't feeling me, I think that I would owe an explanation because you was feeling me before you met me. So what is it? You didn't find me attractive. What is it that turns you off at that moment? And I would want to know that explanation. I agree with you on that.
Yes, yes, because if any length of time is put in, why should you? Why? I mean, there's one thing if if the expectation upon you meeting is that, hey, we just want to meet each other. But if that immediate expectation is that, hey, we're gonna meet because I think I want to be in a relationship with you, and then you had that initial first meeting and you're not physically attracted to them, I think you should just be honest and say that. Now, is there possibility of hurt feelings? Of course there is. But what's good? Here's my thing. What's going to hurt you more? To know the reason why things aren't continuing, or to know? I think I would rather just know.
Yeah, I
Oh, you
would
can keep
rather
that
just
shit to
know.
yourself. You gonna call me ugly hell.
No, but I want to know. I still want to know.
Yeah, because it. Well, first of all, let's put this out there. There's someone for everyone. And just because you're not physically attracted or attractive to someone doesn't mean that you're not to other people. So honestly, I would hate I so many people do this to themselves and beat themselves up for things like this, when it's like, I mean, yeah, you had your hopes up, but you never know until you know. And if someone is frank enough to just tell you, hey, yeah, um I'm just not attracted to you, as more than a friend. Because I would hope after 3 months and you've been talking to somebody, laughing, sharing conversation, and sharing different parts of yourself, I would hope that you're at least friends. My, so I think that this is where you shouldn't overstep your boundaries until you have that type of first meeting. You know what I'm saying? If you are the type of person
Yeah.
that feels like you can't, like, dang, I I know that being physically attracted to someone is like number one on my list because some people are like that. Some people are like that. Being physically attracted to someone is the top thing on their list, and they're the type of people that don't want to be attracted to your physical as well as other things about you, which there should always be more than a physical that's attracting you to someone. Like, do you like their conversation? Do you not like the type of person they are? The person that they presented themselves to be to you, are they that? Those type of things should be attracting you too, especially. But you know what? You never know who's listening to the show, and everybody is in different stages. If you're young, and I'm not saying this to say that all young people care about is physical attraction. That's not what I'm saying. I know, you know, everyone's multifaceted, but if that is something that is important to you, yeah, when you have that initial meeting and the sparks aren't there, they just aren't there, and why would you want to be with someone or hang on to someone that was not physically attracted to you anyways, especially if you are dealing with the type of person that is not even willing to someone that's going to ghost you immediately. You don't even get a second or third meetup to just see what could happen, especially if time has been invested. But that's the nature of the discussion today. Hey Tita, welcome to the panel. What are your thoughts on this? When does someone deserve to even have an explanation? Is there a time frame? What are your thoughts on this? Oh, let me say hi, Cassandra. Hi, Coco.
Hey
What are your
everybody.
thoughts?
Oh, Candy. I don't know. That's part of my dilemma. So you know what I'm saying. I'm good right now, but it's heartbreaking when you do have the expectations to say, oh, you gotta be with somebody in a certain time of frame, and it's going that way, and then you just get ghost. So yeah, that's like a whole different emotion. But if you ain't strong enough for that shit, then I don't know what to tell you, sister. I don't know.
Yes. So it's about, so for you, would you want to know why, like, hey, why aren't we talking? We talk every
Yeah,
day. Why
yeah,
aren't we talking?
yeah.
So
I would want to know, but then you got guys that be like, shit, I don't owe you no explanation. We not together. So, but
right.
you would think, in the sense, if we friends, you know what I'm saying, before we're lovers, or you know what I'm saying, dating and shit, you know what I'm saying, like you would still have the respect as that friend, and me being somebody that you care about.
Mhm. Let me put a dilemma up to you guys. I'm going to put a dilemma up. I'm going to put a dilemma up. And this is, or a scenario. And this is a real scenario for me that I'm dealing with. I have a friend. First of all, if I really call you my friend, if I call you my friend, I will say this about myself. I'm the type of friend where, especially if we don't even live in the same place or whatever, if you are my friend and I love you, you will always be my friend. Like, I'm the type of person where we can, like, literally we can go sit, and I've been told this about me, so I know this is how I am by various people. But I'm the type of person where, if we're cool and nothing has gone on with us, we're always going to be cool. If I've called you my friend and we've had no fallout, you are always going to be my friend. Even if it's 6 months before I talk to you, when I talk to you 6 months later, I swear to God, our conversation is going to be like I just talked to you yesterday.
Exactly.
Because that's just the type of person that I am. Now, I know other people are different, and some people really do take it to heart when you don't talk to them like every day. Like, and And this is where actually I'm going through this in two different things. In two, but literally when I talk to you, it's gonna be like we talked yesterday. We're gonna talk, we're gonna catch up on everything, anything going on, and that's gonna be that. In my mind, I'm not thinking funny. I'm not thinking like, oh, such and such is acting funny because I ain't talked to her in a month. I That is never going to cross my mind that something is funny is going on. We just haven't touched bases yet. Especially like I said, if we live in two different states. But like I said, I realize that everyone is not the same.
Yeah,
So
and I agree
let me
with you because life be life, and friends, they don't
right.
look at it like that. Like they don't look
Exactly.
at your ghosting phase as let me check on her because I didn't speak to her in like a few days. Instead, they would think like, oh well, she didn't call me, so I'm not calling her. I mean,
Yeah,
I
for
went through
like
something
for
like that
people.
before, actually
eh,
now too.
Yeah. So with
But
me,
that's
like
petty,
I'm never
Candy.
gonna think,
That's petty because, like Heavy said, life be lifing. So you
right,
don't have the time to talk every day. You know what I'm saying? And in the days that
every
you
day.
do, right, but the days that you do or a person do call and show you love, anybody that call me and love on me like that, I pick up. But I'm not gonna sit up in there and blame somebody else if they don't call me like that. That's crazy. It's for you to even think that. I would be more concerned and say to myself, if she's all right, if I ain't talked to her in 2 months, I'll call like, hey, I ain't talked to you in two
Exactly.
months, girl.
Because
Hey, how
yeah,
you doing?
instead of you're
Like
right,
that.
instead of being mad, thinking that I'm treating you some type of way, if you're that concerned, reach out to me. Without the ego. Because people get some
Yes,
ego. Like I ain't calling her first, or she ain't call,
or expectations.
exactly. And the thing of it is, it's like I'm not even thinking of it like that at all. I'm not thinking of it in that way at all. But here, let's get to my scenario. So I have a friend. It's an online friend, right? I mean, that's important to say that this is an online friend that I've known for years and everything. But I want to put it in perspective. But don't take it that I value my online friends and people that I've met online. If I fuck with you, I value you just as much as if I've met you in person. If we've talked and stuff like that, and we have really built a rapport and a friendship. So I used to be heavy in the poetry scene and stuff like that. I'm not a poet. I'm not a poet, but I used to host a poetry show and everything like that. And there's a particular lady that I love. I adore her. Right? Now, with us, I think it's just miscommunication. But when you mix miscommunication in with a person like me, where I'm not like I'm okay, like when I touch base with you, I touch base with you. But I think I'm trying to put this
It's
correctly.
the
Where
attachment.
I think what's going on is that like literally we've set up times to call. I've even moved from Alaska to Texas during this time. We've set up times to call. If I'm calling you and you're not picking up, when I call, I'm not the person that's going to keep calling until I talk to you. It's just like when I talk to you, I talk to you. You know, no more, no less. Then also add that with you're saying that I'm not calling you when I've given you my number. If I'm calling you at times that aren't convenient and you're not picking up the phone, why don't you call me? That's really like it's literally not like we're even missing each other. But I know that this person from some messages they just sent me the other day feels like I'm ghosting them in the friendship. And I'm really not. I love her as much
Um,
today as I did couple since the last time we spoke or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That right there is, see, that's what I mean. People in their own head, they take things and they run with it. They just run with it without understanding, okay, if you're calling her and she missed your call, why not say, like you said, oh, Candy, call me. If you're going to call me again, call me XYZ time. Because if you call me during this time, I'm not going to be able to pick up.
Or call
Communication
me
is the
back.
right.
Right. Or call me
Commu-
back.
Thank
right.
you. Thank you. I was
Right.
about to say that it just goes from a simple gesture of I see a
Especially if
missed
I've left
call,
a
let me call
message.
you back. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So
And
it's
then
like you ain't reach out back out to me because I'm still waiting for your phone call.
Right.
exactly.
Oh, hey, Ravishing Rashonda. Thank you for the Is this a super sticker, Tamika? Hey, Heidi. I don't know if you heard me say hello. Let me see. Cassandra says, agreed. I'm like that as well. Heidi B says, that's me, Candy, all the way. I'm a real friend. Heavy Scott says, I'm the same way. So I'm glad to see people know where I'm coming from, you know. Cassandra said, my friends know I'm not a phone person. We will either text or call once a month, and we are fine like that. When we link up, we lit. Exactly. And like I said, the second we get on the phone, you're not even gonna notice that you're gonna be like, dang, it seemed like we just talked yesterday. Like literally, it's gonna be the same. Like there is no awkwardness, nothing. So it's like, okay, I don't even know what's going on here. I um but I will say this. I will say this. And y'all can tell, feel free. Let me tell y'all something. Look, do y'all know I call y'all when y'all over on Bangers channel, y'all are banger hitters. Y'all do know I call y'all candy canes when y'all come over. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yes.
let me tell you. Let me tell you, candy canes. I will say this about myself. I'm also not a person that you can guilt. You're No one can easily guilt me, right? So when you send me messages through social media trying to guilt me, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell the truth. That makes me get a little passive aggressive with you. I know that's wrong. I do know that's wrong. But
Shit, no, it ain't because they
How is that
disturbing your
wrong?
peace.
Yeah, so how is that wrong,
Fuck no, it
Candace?
ain't shit.
And
You
Tita is
yeah,
you
teaching
is
me
not gonna
that.
try to make me think no other way than what the fuck I'm thinking because you weak minded. Fuck that.
yeah.
I stand
It's
on what
like,
I
oh,
stand on. You
you're not
stand on what
reaching
you
out to
stand on, and
me.
we could agree to disagree. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, you're
I
not
am
reaching
very
out to me.
sensitive, Candy.
You're ignoring me. You're like when you send me those type of messages don't make me want to talk to you. Like I said, especially when the phone works both ways. And I know that I've called and left messages.
I think Tita's teaching me this. I think I explain myself too much on a lot of things because I don't want to hurt a person's feelings. And you
Hmm.
see how Tita came out and just said it is what it is. I'm one of them people that you can guilt into shit. I am not lying, Candy. Tita will tell you.
Hmm.
I am absolutely like that. If a person would leave me, because I'm a phone person, but I'm not a phone person, if you can understand that.
Hmm.
And
It
I
gotta
will
be a
explain.
fucking topic that we gonna have and not just fucking just hold the phone. Shit.
Right, right. Because,
Well, you ain't just
Tita
calling
always
just
got
to
some fun
fucking
shit.
short change me to talking. I could be doing some other shit.
Right. But with me, I'm the type of person, if you text me some shit like that, Tita will tell you, I will be like, I didn't really mean that. Oh, I'm sorry that person feel that way. And I'll be trying to fix it.
Hmm.
And she always telling me, Tita, you gotta stop that shit. Even though she make me mad sometimes when she say that. But she right. Because you can guilt me easily. I promise you, you can. And that's what will make me pick up that phone, Candy. I am not lying.
No, that's why I'm just like, because, honestly, I want to reach out to her, but there's several things at play as well. I do know some things that are going on, and even though I want to catch up with her, I know that when I talk to her, there's going to be some trauma dumping involved. And I don't even know if
Then why would you mess up your peace? Like, okay,
I know,
um,
but because I do consider her a friend,
because you value the, yeah, of course, because you value the
yeah,
friendship. I do get that.
it just seems like I don't know. I'm gonna
You
get over
do
it,
know,
y'all.
just split it out.
No, I just I don't want to hear that. And the minute I hear you trying to do the whole guilt thing, I'm gonna be ready to get off the phone. And then
Yes.
there's gonna be an actual issue.
Like, see, Candy, we
Yes.
could have been on trips and everything, but you tripped out on me last year. Bitch, be gone. Stay gone.
Yeah. I
Like,
just don't want to deal with that.
hell no. That's just like the girl I was telling y'all about the other night. Like, like everybody be like, what happened to T? She just there with them. I'm like, nothing. Shit. I don't want to be around her no more. I don't want to talk to her no more, and I don't want to hear about her. What else? Y'all, every time we bring your name up, she get emotional. I said she should have thought about what the fuck she did.
Hmm.
I ain't do shit to her. Motherfuckers gonna know when you get cut off. I can see your ass standing right next to you and still will not act like you there. You are
Okay, so you know what?
non-existent.
With you saying that, Tita, that brings on another equation to the ghosting dilemma.
No, I go you in your
Is
fucking
it
face.
really ghosting? Because I know we've all dealt with this in some capacity or another. But is it really ghosting if I've told you time and time again the things about the relationship or the friendship that I was not happy with in an attempt to correct it and you never do? Because everyone has a breaking point. So if you if this is not in a dating relationship, we're talking about a friend situation. And you've tried to talk to this person and you've talked to them and you're just tired of talking to where, like I said, you had your breaking point and you just part ways. Is that does that person deserve an explanation? Is that really ghosting?
No, that's not ghosting. That's telling a person how you were feeling because I'm dealing with something actually similar with a friend I've known for years who
Hmm.
played me to the left. You know what I'm saying? So with that, no, I don't consider that ghosting. I consider that you've been warned and you continue down the same path,
The
then that
same
means
thing.
to me you don't respect me. So I don't need to fuck with you.
Right. That's right.
All
You
right, I'm
showing me
about
how
to.
you feel about me.
That's exactly what it is, Gigi.
Hmm. Yep, Voracious got it right here. Voracious said, "No, it's not ghosting. You already warned them." Right.
Yes, that's the difference.
Pretty much.
Now, I
But
could be transparent. Oh, go ahead, Tia. Go ahead.
I just want to say, people get tired of trying to teach people how to treat them. Like,
Hmm.
that's why I always say, look at how people treat themselves first and then watch how they treat others. It ain't got shit to do with how you go treat me. I want to see how you treat yourself and somebody else first before I step in and say, you my friend, you my boo, you my this. Fuck that. You have to analyze and study them motherfuckers for what you see in them first. And
Hmm.
everything else, you gotta grow with it. It's either they gonna go right or they go left. You know, we want everything right, but it's always gonna be some left ass shit that's gonna be red flag. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he ain't gonna change that, or she ain't gonna change that. She gonna keep on talking about this same shit for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
That's
Like,
true.
what the fuck? Move on.
Have you guys ever now I told you guys about a situation, a personal situation, but have you any of you ladies on the panel or in the chat, put it in the chat or come up and tell us, have you guys ever had to ghost a friend?
That's what I was about to say. Like,
Someone
I
that
have
you
to be
called a friend.
transparent.
Hmm.
So I have to be transparent. I do have a best friend. We've been best friends for about 13 years.
Hmm.
Well, going on 14 years. So we used to, okay, so it was better when, like we were living okay, wait, so first of all, she had lived with me for like a few like months or whatever, and then she moved out. But when like she had moved out, she lived in the same complex, but we was
Hmm.
just in like different buildings. Okay, so then we started to work together, so we still like talking every day and everything else like that. I'm the type of friend where if I'm going through something, I shut it all out. I just be like, look, especially if you can't help me with the situation, I don't want to talk. So
Hmm.
that to say I am the ghoster. Like I could say that I am the ghoster because I didn't speak to her since her birthday. With no, well, that was just like a brief second because that was like the 16th of April. So before then, we didn't speak probably in January, like the middle of
Hmm.
January. But when we spoke on her birthday, she never mentioned the ghosting or anything like that because she's just like, I know that, you're basically a ghoster, like if that's a word, but she like,
Is that
I
what she
know.
said?
Yeah, basically, she like, I know
Well,
that you're a
basically, she was
ghoster.
saying, "I know your personality." You
Yeah,
know.
basically, basically,
Well, she didn't
basically.
take it personal, so that's your friend.
But I don't know if she took. Okay, listen, she
She
didn't
didn't.
take it
She didn't.
personal,
She
but
didn't.
I
Long
took
she
it personal because, okay, you know that I ghost you because you know that maybe I'm going through something that I didn't voice to you. So why didn't you contact me? If that makes sense.
because
Mm.
that would have irritated you when you needed your space.
But how do you know that that would irritate
Because
me
that's
if
your
we're friends
friend.
for
Because that's your
13
friend.
years?
Because that's your friend. She
But
known you for
sometimes you
13
got to
years.
get
She
your friend
lived with you.
uncomfortable.
But look, she lived with you. She worked with you. Stay in the same complex. She know more about you and your personality that you realize that other people seeing you that you don't see yourself. That's
I
why
get
you
that.
doubt yourself also.
Okay, Tina.
You do.
She be making me mad, Heavy. See, there she go with that shit.
I'm just gonna tell y'all how I see y'all. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna talk to you and then I'm be like, oh, she fucked up in the head. I'm not that
Come
bitch.
on up, voracious one. Let's hear it. We might be able to help
If
you
I
work
see
through what's
something in
going
you,
on.
I see it in you. If I don't, I don't.
No, yeah, like people, like some people really aren't like big phone talkers. Like you may think differently, but literally, you got like I literally talk on the phone all day. So when I'm done with that, because that's an obligate, look, that's my livelihood obligation. I don't necessarily want to chit chat. Let's just say it's funny because I come on the show and I do that, but I don't want to literally sit and talk on the phone and have a phone conversation for 5 to 6 hours after I just sat on the phone working for 8 hours. I need it just to be what I want it to be, if that makes sense. And I know that may sound a little selfish, but it's me, it's my time, and I can be selfish about it if I want to. See, that's growth. Other times I would have worked with other people and what they want, what they got going on, their needs, but it's me and I know that like I need that time. Like even sometimes I'm pushing through like even when I like this week, I think it was this week, I'm coming right into this but this is not work. It's entertaining and fun for me. So there's a difference. So, not sure how I can put that. Okay, it's a vibe, aka Voracious One. Did you have a ghosting story you wanted to tell us
She
about,
said she got a
Voracious?
long story, girl.
Uh oh.
Yeah, it was too long to type. I'm like, oh my God. Why are we talking about
Well,
this?
welcome to the
Right?
stage. Oh, this sound like this was right on time. I love
it
shows like that where you like, dang, I'm going through this right now.
yeah, literally it is because I'm trying to figure out if I should say something or not. I'm in a space right now, so I can say that.
Okay, give us the scenario. Set up the scene for
So
us.
this is like we've been best friends since we've been 9 years old, right?
Hmm.
And we all know I already hit my silver mark. So we've been friends for a long time. But
Right.
I've always, since we were kids, I've always been a good listener. Like I've
Mhm.
always like she called, she talk. Most people she don't even notice I don't talk a lot because she talks so much. But not that she talks so much,
Right.
but she just be telling me every. She got a lot to talk about. I really, So it's that, and then like sometimes like we don't talk, but then we do. But then most of the time we talk every day, right? Like with every if I'm not on here talking to you guys, I would be talking to her. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the type of way it was. So right before Passover, right? I was
Mhm.
trying to figure out what I was going to give up, right? And I decided that because every year I give up something, no matter like what it is. I decided that I was going to give up negativity. And
Okay.
if somebody
That's
came into,
interesting.
yeah, I know, right?
I
And
know,
then,
I love it because people always think that it's something physical or tangible that you can hold, that you have to give up when you can give up a multitude of things, such as
right,
negativity, or
right,
or say I'm not going to procrastinate, and I'm gonna, do
right.
things. So I love that you made a you had a different choice. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I was trying to decide what I was going to give up. And then I said, okay, you know what? That's what I'm gonna give up, negativity, whatever. So then the one day we started talking, and like, well, we was talking every day. So my earbuds had started acting up. So I had to talk to everybody on speakerphone. So when you
Mhm.
talk on speakerphone, it sounds different. You could tell the person's not yelling, but it just sounds different. So like she knew that everybody that talked to me on the phone knew that like I was on speakerphone mode because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my earbuds. And the one day she has started talking about like her dad, like it's a whole situation with her dad and everything. And I do like anytime like somebody, like if you everybody know, if you're talking to me, you can tell me something, I will listen 3 times, but the fourth time, that means you're coming to me for like, let's talk about it, let's make a solution for this. And like this is the way I always been, because I always let people, sometimes people just want to talk, and I let them do
Mhm.
that, but you if you keep talking about the same thing to me, you obviously you want to do something about this, and you're asking me for help, but you don't know how to ask, you know.
Mhm.
So, that's my analogy. It could be wrong, but I don't know. But so this was like the fourth time, and now like I've been talking on my phone on speakerphone for the past probably month at this point.
Mhm.
And she came, so I had walked in the room, and I was in the room with my youngest daughter because she was in school. So I'm telling her, like, hey, well, maybe this is an option. And she was like, stop yelling at me. Da, da, da. I'll talk to you later. I was like, oh, okay, and I wasn't even yelling or nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I figured it out like first because she yelled at me. My feelings was hurt a little bit. I don't like people yell at me because I'm a reactor. So,
Mhm.
um, then I thought about it. Okay, she wasn't ready to receive what I was saying, and I get it, right?
Mhm.
And I totally accepted that. So then I said that was the first part of negativity. So now Passover's about to begin. She was part of negativity, so I couldn't talk to her, you know. And I went on, and I went the whole time, and then the Tuesday Sunday came. I didn't even call her Sunday. I went and I
Mhm.
called her Monday, but she had sent me a text in the process. But I already knew the text was negative, so I just erased it. I didn't even read it. And I always tell people, if you're not talking to me, like I'm a person, you talk to me. Don't send me no long book report thinking I'm going to read it or whatever, because I'm going to take that in the most disrespectful way possible, and you don't want
Mhm.
that, So I never read them. I always just erase them, and that's what I did. So I don't even know what she really said it in or whatever. But now, and I too know she's going through some stuff, right?
Mhm.
Um, this whole thing that's going on with Diddy, it's like it's deep, right? So, and I know like how it's affecting her right now, and I know she probably does need somebody to talk to that have some good sense. But she, the way that she, okay, when I called her, we started. She wanted to get on the conversation, right? So I would have preferred she not get on the conversation. Let's move forward and that's it. Right.
Mhm.
If you she wants to come on and get into the conversation. And I'm like, dag. I said, I didn't even want to have. I was like, okay, go ahead, move forward. So then she's like, well, I don't like that you told me to go. Now, the one thing that, and I'm just going to say this part, I'm never in cooperation with the boys,
Mhm.
and everybody here should know who I'm talking about. I'm like, that's just it. So she's like, you told me to go to them boys, and that she didn't say them boys, she said the word, but that's how I refer to them. And
Mhm.
I'm like, oh wow. And I saw narcissism like that. It just came to the forefront. And I'm like, you know something? I just thought about that when she didn't realize a whole bunch of stuff was going on with me because I didn't tell her anything. Now, I told y'all before, I talk to her every day. Now, imagine talking to somebody every day and they don't know your deepest things and most stressful things that you're going through, right? Because I listened to her, she didn't listen to me.
Right.
And I
That's
would
crazy.
admit that, you know? So I just like accepted to me, I felt like I had just accepted the friendship and kind of neglected myself in the friendship wise
Yes,
because
I get that.
I have been like friends with her all this time and I've always been a friend, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? If she going through it, I'm going through it. Her problem is my problem. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it's like, it's bad, So then I'm like, you know what? I had to keep going from that day. And then when she said that, and I was like, no. I said, just say you wasn't prepared to listen to what I had to say. Just say that. I said, don't try to come up with nothing else. Don't try to make it bigger than it is. I said, just say that. And she was like, she didn't say that. Then my son was coming out. And like, I don't have certain conversations in front of my kids, even though he like 23 now or 20. How old is he? Um, well, how old is he? 24. No, wait.
Look,
Okay, he was born in
Veracious one, you sound like me trying to
2022.
figure out my kid's age, especially the
I
oldest one.
know.
I'll be like, girl, how old are you again?
So, so he was coming. So I was like, all right. I said, I got to call you back. And I hung up the phone. So, then when I got home, I called her back. And then she was like, she had a she was in a meeting or whatever. But when I had called her back, she sent that text, but I had left a message. I was like, yo, I said I was calling to like, just to update whatever because she had asked. She was like, oh, I told her because of Passover, I said I couldn't answer her phone calls and I couldn't answer text messages, nothing like that. I told her I didn't
Well,
even
you
know
were
what
honest
her
with
text
her.
message said.
Mhm.
I told her. I was honest about that. And she was like, you couldn't answer nobody's. I said, no. I said, I ain't say I couldn't answer nobody's. I said, but I just couldn't answer certain ones. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Look,
it
don't
just
don't make me hurt your feelings and tell you why.
right.
Look,
And I
stop pressing
know
me, lady.
I
Oh my God.
exactly, and that's the way I am. I'm always think about other people's feelings. I'm never want to hurt nobody's feelings. I always think about people's feelings, and that's why I say. But once I realize, I'm like, yo, I just been neglecting myself. I deserve. Like I have people that are really friends to me. They want to know stuff too. They really call. They know something is wrong with me, and they be like, nope, I'm not getting off the phone until. So I do have people like that really know what's going on, but
Mhm.
it's the fact that you tell everybody, like she tell everybody for real, oh, this is my best friend, whatever, whatever. I'll say it is my best friend too, because we've been friends since he was 9. But I feel like you tell your best friend everything. I do feel like that. So it's sometimes I think I just say it because she say it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, right now, I haven't called her back since that day. And I'm like,
And
I
how
don't
long
feel
has this
like,
been, Voracious?
well, the phone call went past the beginning of April was the
Beginning
last
April.
time I
Okay.
would have spoke to her. April 1st. No. When
Okay,
was
so
Easter?
not to me. Look to me, but look, you got to realize who you
31st.
talking with
Yeah.
me. I already told you I can go a long time without talking to my. But that's not that long. But you know what? Okay, no, finish up. I want you to completely finish up before we give our input.
No, I'm finished. But remember, I didn't speak to her before when the fasting started. I didn't speak to her then. So
Okay.
from all the time, so it was like that time. Then it came in. I spoke to her that day, and she still wasn't. where my spirit felt she should be. And it's just been like I can't, like, and that's where I just been with it. Like I don't know, because I just kind of feel like thinking, why I
Hey,
be
DJ
caring too
Copo.
much. I care about people
Okay.
too much. That's it. But go ahead. I'm
Okay,
ready.
I want to ask you a question. Everybody, you guys, we're gonna try to round table with Voracious to give her some things to think about with this whole situation. The first thing that I want to ask you that I think is very important during the time when you made the decision, hey, I'm not going to have any negativity during Passover, this is what I'm giving up, negativity. And she made the list of people that were being negative, so you felt the need to put her in the box of people that you would not be having contact with. I want to know, how did you feel during that time?
So at first, I was upset. Like,
Hold on, before you even answer, I want to be very specific.
okay,
Let me pause. I want to know, how did you feel during that time? Did you miss the conversations that you were having with her? Did you miss that? Did you just like miss her? Like I miss not touching base with her. I want to know how you felt during that time. Or did you feel peace? Did you feel lightness? Did you feel you know, like did you feel good during this time, to the point where you had to look in hindsight and said, because I'm not checking in with this person every day. I want to, how did you feel during this time not speaking to her?
I definitely felt peace. I've definitely, and
Wow.
honestly, I'm still at peace. Um, yeah. If I needed to round it up, I definitely feel peace. Still, like I do.
Yeah, want your peace disrupted again. Shit. I know I didn't. I know I don't.
So let me ask you a question. And you did kind of allude to it, but I want to firmly ask you, are you kind of maintaining the friendship just because it's possibly your longest friendship?
Um, my longest female friendship. Wait, no, she's not my longest female friendship. But see,
Okay.
the whole thing is, you know what? I'm going to say, yeah, my longest female friendship, because my friends before that, like, we consider each other family. So I'm gonna say, because we really, like, those is my little sisters for real. So yeah, I'm gonna say my longest female friendship. Yeah,
So, could you possibly be feeling guilt about not wanting to maintain that relationship? Because
definitely.
there's obviously things in within this relationship that are weighing on you. Like, for instance, my best friend and my best friend actually lives in New Jersey. Um, and we've been friends since the 4th grade. Um, like I said, we definitely had that relationship. When something's going on, you know, if there's something, anything occurs, we're calling each other. Girl, and like I said, we don't, our friendship doesn't miss a beat. It's a solid, like, and I will say that about my friends. I've had my friends, anybody that I call friends, and that's not saying that new friends aren't welcome, but I have a solid base of friends that I've had since childhood, uh, 4th grade, and like my two best friends, 4th grade, and then the other one, the first day of ninth grade. So we have very long friendships. I have very long friendships. And my one friend that I met her on the first day of high school. She's the one that gets a little squirrely. I haven't talked to you. You're not a good friend. You're not being a good friend. But it's like, baby, I love you, but I don't need to talk to you every single day when you get off work or whatever. Like, that's how she likes to roll. And I'm very resistant to that because I don't want to, I don't need that. And sometimes I wonder to myself, okay, Candace, are you being wrong? Because granted, you don't need that, but your friend does. There goes my dilemma, probably trying to find a happy medium. But my friend from fourth grade, we touch base, we catch up, you know, and then we are there when we need each other, and that's all that matters. Hey, Curly
Yes,
Cookie. Hey,
hey
Katina.
Curly cousin. Yeah, I think that that's all that matters. Like I feel like that people put expectations, and sometimes it's not even only friends. Like it could be like family members too that they, put expectations on you, and then when you don't meet their expectations, that's when they want to, point
Mm-hmm.
blame. I think that's where it comes from, at least on my side and on my end.
Yeah. So I think your observations, Voracious, have been very telling, and I think you know what is best for you.
Hey,
It's
voracious.
just making taking that step. It's just
Right.
doing that final cut. It's just like, oh my God, we've had because I'm sure it's a long friendship. You guys probably have had wonderful times together through years.
Right.
Is this
Voracious.
And then it's like
have
at
you
the same
spoken to
time, I
her
feel like
about
I'm.
your feelings?
What you
Let's
say?
Right.
make sure.
That's what I was about to ask her, Candy. Do you think that you'll be able to tell her exactly why you had to part ways with her, and basically see if she was able to grow from her negativity, or where she had another outlet and not just dump it all on you, and never once tapped into what you were going through, you know what I'm saying? Because she had so much that she was dumping on you. I'm sure she
Hmm.
would have had to find another outlet. So, I mean, do
That's
you
the
think
thing.
when you talk to her again, it's gonna still be on the negative, or it's gonna be like, okay, friend, I missed you. I know what I did wrong, or I'm sorry that I was dumping all my shit on you, or whatever. How do you think she would come if you were to reach out to her just to tell her why you had to step back from her?
Hmm.
Well, honestly, she's like a opposite personality for me. It's gonna be taken as a disrespect instead of like, cause like today I can still say for sure narcissism, like Jesus, whatever it is on me. Like it is. And I know it's not, and then that's my fault too, because a lot of times when it's been before and I've been like, oh, I need a break, you know, it's been like I won't even be like go into the details with her of like why I couldn't do her at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me. So now this will be the first and the last time, because her feelings are not going to. She's not going to take it like adults should. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
always because it's always like it's me, and I can't like, and that's the part I can't like. I look at
So
so many.
basically, it was a one-sided
Yeah,
friendship. So that's why she
yeah,
considered you as her best friend, because you were, like I said, she was basically able to put everything into your hands, and you were her comfort and this, that, whatever. But
Yeah, she was
she
able
never
to
found
trauma dump
comfort
on
in
you
you.
anytime she wanted to.
Right?
right.
Exactly.
V1, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you just said because I had this conversation. And I had a friend who I've been on for years, just as well as you. And when I really needed her, she didn't come through. And then when I'm going to say she came through, but it was with stipulations. Okay. And to me, when I was with her all the time, and I've been a friend even when a person that she really loved got unalive, she witnessed it, slept in the bed with her XYZ, waking up in the middle of the night checking on her, through a lot of things. Father's death, mother's death. I mean, I considered us friends to the point that I would say that we used to call each other sisters, right? Yeah, but I'm not going to get into it. But Candy, we discussed this. You know what I'm talking about.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, when you have a friend, I want to ask y'all, am I crazy? When you have a friend and a friend offers something, but then it comes back with stipulations, even though you didn't ask for any help, mind you, because I'm not a person that if I'm going through something, I'm more like heavy. Let me go through it by myself. I need to work it out in my own head. And I may talk to you about certain things, but I've always been a closed I never tell anybody how I really truly feel on certain things because again, everyone, I'm like that too. I don't like to hurt a person's feelings. So I will keep it to myself. I don't talk to this person every day. She's understandable about like that. I can talk to her, maybe 5 months go by and I don't talk to her. But when we talk, we might talk for 2 or 3 hours. She don't trip. She's good on that
Right.
part. But she's a person when she offers help, it's not offering help to let you handle your own situation. Now, you know me, for all these years, I like to handle my stuff my way. I'll take your advice. And if it's good, I'll work it to my advantage, but I'll do it my way. If you're not doing it her way, it's like it's wrong. Like I was told, I didn't know how to control my anxiety. And I'm like, damn, if you know how to control your anxiety, hell, bitch, you would be rich because you need to be teaching classes on this shit because there's a lot of people out here who has it and they have to take some people who have to I take medication for it. Some people so severe they really need their meds. I only take it when I need it. But it's nothing never good coming out of her mouth. It's always, well, this is what you need to do and this is how you need to do it. And then when you check that person, it's like, all right, I'm just saying, this is how you need to do things. So I decided to cut this person off after been knowing her for so many years. She's been like this. I'm one of them friends too, Candy. I'm a true friend. If I call you my friend, I'm going to accept you for who you are. I'm not going to add on to your personality, nor am I going to take it away. But I can't get the same respect from her. So do you guys think that I'm wrong from just cutting it off due to how she treated me in a time of need and threw so many stipulations on me that I just didn't want to be around her at all?
No, I don't think. Well, here's the thing. Okay, in regard to throwing the entire relationship away, I would only do that if I sat back and I said, "You know what? This is not just this time. This is this has happened with this person repeatedly throughout our friendship and I noticed that this is a pattern in our friendship that this person behaves like that." If I notice that it's a pattern, I would definitely remove myself from the friendship.
It's a pattern, Candy. It's a pattern
Okay.
every
Oh,
time.
it's definitely a pattern. If it, it's
Hey,
always
Sip and Talk.
it's always what you could do for that person, but when it's come clutch time for you, it's not basically having the expectations, but you looking like this person don't give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about me. It's just you just don't use me until I can't take no more that you're not being receptive on being reciprocating a friendship that I thought we had. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's not so much of me having the expectations for what you can do for me is how you treat me.
Right, Tita. That's it because it's not me one. If you're my friend, I don't want anything from you, but I'll be there wholeheartedly to support you. And if you're wrong, I'll tell you wrong. I'll wait till you calm down and we might even crack a joke about it. I might crack a joke and say, Heifer, don't do that again. And we'll laugh about it. But when it comes to me, it's like she wants to treat me like a kid, like, and say shit like, well, you should have did it. See, now she one of them people. Well, I told you you should have did it this way. If you fall on your face, it's not. Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. It's more so like if you would have did what I told you. from the beginning, you wouldn't be having that problem. Like she to see all over every motherfucking thing. She got vision into the future. Just know when you're gonna die and everything. Instead of stepping back and realizing that I'm a friend and I don't judge you. It's more like judgment, if y'all can understand. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's not giving me advice. It's telling me what to do and judging me at the same time when I'm never treating her in such a manner.
Oh, you know what we have to do? We're gonna have to do a show on friendship styles or something like that. I don't know exactly, but look, I'm over here chuckling a little bit because look, Granny, I gotta admit to you, I am that friend that will say I told you so.
I'm that
I
friend too. I'm
I
that family
I
member
I
too.
I, I can't even lie to you. Now, now I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you exactly what you want as my friend. Whatever you're coming from, whatever you're coming to me for, or the favor you need, I am going to be honest and I'm gonna say this is not a good idea. I would not do this, but okay. I mean, if you want to do it, I'm riding with you. I'm that type. But if
Not
something
that
goes,
type of
I
friend. Not a
am gonna
friend.
be like, I'm gonna be like, now look, hey Granny, I told you not to do this. Now, damn it, yeah, well, what we got to do to fix this? Because I told you, I'ma still love you. I'm not necessarily trying to make you mad, or feel bad, or feel worse, or anything. But I am that friend, and for me, I expect my friends to be the same way to me. If I'm making a mistake, I expect you to say something to me. If I've talked to you and discussed something to you, if you're my friend, you
Granny,
better
wait, you're
say,
gonna have to wait till she talk and then
yeah.
you gotta come off
I
mute.
very much am that friend that's like,
Girl, that's my phone
yeah,
acting a
I need you
fool.
to tell me, like, Candace, that was wrong. Tell me. Like, but that's me though. But everybody's different. And you know how your friendship and your relationship is with your friend, you know? And you know if she's doing it in a manner, because there is a way to say things. You don't have to, especially if you come to your friend and they need your advice and it just really didn't work out, and your friend needed it to work out. I'm not going to ever approach you like I'm relishing the fact that shit didn't work out for you. That's messed up.
But that's what I'm saying, Candy. Now, how you just said it, and you like, Granny, girl, I told you. Now, how we gonna fix this shit? I'm gonna laugh. If you come to me like that, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna crack. I'm gonna like, girl, I don't know how we gonna fix this. I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna accept that. But my thing is, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it to a person. You know what I'm saying? And she said, well, I'm honest. No, you catty. You catty as hell to the point that I'll pop. And when I pop, I have to literally, Candy, in chat, I have to literally pop. I don't feel like if you my friend, I have to pop on you to get my point across to you. Because for one, I ain't never asked you for your motherfucking advice. I ain't one of them people. What should I do? Because I'm gonna handle it my way anyway. I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you what I'm going through. See, so let me correct that. I'm telling you what I'm going through. Bitch, I ain't asked you for your advice. I'm asking for an
Right.
ear. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need you coming in here and telling me how I need to correct some shit when I see your life and see the shit that you have done and the things even me, your dad, and even your family told you shouldn't have done. No, don't do that. Don't do that, hon. It might hurt you. You fall on your face, and I'm never the one to come back and say, see, that's what your ass gets. You should have listened to me. I'm not like that. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
person that will say it's gonna be all right. I understand. You did it your way, it's all right. I always say my favorite line, play us fuck up. You know what I mean? So I never do that to her, but she has the audacity to come at me sideways. And that's when I gotta pop. I shouldn't have to pop on my friend Candy. I shouldn't have to
Yeah.
pop on you to let you listen to me if I'm asking for an ear. I don't ask advice from her because sometimes your advice is stupid as hell, for one. You, you think you smart and you really not that damn
Yes,
smart. For two,
Granny.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna ask your dumb ass
Yes.
nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I come to people who I know gonna give me advice, and it's gonna be good advice. So I'm not never
Facts.
asking you for advice. I'm just talking shit to you to relieve some of this pressure off of me. But you want to give me your advice, and then you're gonna say, "Well, oh well, Marie. Oh well, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. If y'all can understand what kind of person this is, to me, she
Yeah.
act like a narcissist. You know what I'm
Look, let
saying?
me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a quick question. Hey Venus, look, so what you gonna ghost her, Granny? Are you gonna ghost her?
Hey,
What you gonna do?
Venus.
Absolutely, she ghosted like a motherfucker. Mind your motherfucking business, bitch. That's how we gonna leave that one.
Yes, I love it. I
You
love
better
it.
go stir shit.
That's most
Hold
likely.
up, I'll be
Yes.
right back. You guys continue on with the conversation. I'll be right back.
That's most
No,
likely
Okay.
an anonymous decision because I'm like, you know what? I just and like a whole bunch of things just processed through my head. Is one is I am in a good space. I've been thinking I've been making more progress on my little projects that I've been working on and everything. And that's because I'm not bottled down by something that's not even my problem. So it's just like it is what it is, you know. I'll be
So
good.
voracious. I have a question though. So okay. So did y'all ever talk to resolve it, or you didn't reach out yet to her because you already feel iffy about the friendship? Hey, Shamika.
Uh, that's the phone call the day after Easter. That was supposed to be the talk to resolve it. And I would get like whatever I was feeling, I would get it from there. Like whatever answer I was supposed to get, I was going to get it there. Now, if she would have just been like, "Hey, you know what? I get what you were saying. I wasn't ready to receive her or anything like that," that would have been the conversation going in the direction it should have. But when the mere fact that she came and she tried to like push that back, like, oh, it's something that I did, and the what she used of it would be something that I wasn't, and that I would never do or and never say, was it that told me everything. Like, I guess it was I needed to purge myself from this relationship because it wasn't healthy for me. It was healthy for her, but it wasn't healthy for me.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I get that. And I think that you know the answer, but I guess you wanted us to, stamp your answer, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you know
Yeah,
which way you want to go.
because the past
Like, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
because the past couple of days, this has been on my mind heavy. And I'm trying to figure out, like, am I the one? Am I wrong? Because I don't want to be the unfair person. Like, I'm not perfect or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, I just want to give out everybody to have the proper opportunity. I don't want to be the person like, I every day I pray and I ask God to guide me and lead me to what I'm supposed to do. So, but you don't never know when you off on your own will. Like when do people figure out that they off on their own will and not doing God's will? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I
Hey,
stay
Miss
blind to
Gloria, we miss you.
Hey Gloria, hey Shamika.
Hey, Miss Gloria.
Okay, so let me ask you, okay,
Hey,
let's all be transparent.
Gloria.
Let's be transparent. I was trying to think of situations. Let's be look, y'all ever been even in a love relationship or man woman or woman whatever.
Candy, I can't hear
Your,
you. Your
your
phone
mic messed
muffling.
up. Your mic.
My mic,
Yes, ma'am. You better now though.
is it better?
Yep.
Okay. I wanted to ask, y'all ever been ghosted?
You back
I've been
low
Wait.
ghosted.
Messing up again, Candy.
Huh?
You back
It's
low
messing up again.
again. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Can okay, so I was asking, any of y'all ever been ghosted? I was thinking
I
about
was
this because I
ghosted
was
in
like,
high school.
I was ghosted before. And it was a guy that I don't know. Look, a ghost. Look, a ghost is a ghost. I was trying to think of it. Did he really go? A ghost is a ghost. Shoot. Um, but it's funny because okay, I'm funny acting too. Like it's I'm funny acting. So you can think that you ghosted me, but if I catch any type of vibe, you never really gonna know because I'll ghost you too. Like I won't call. So I'll never be the one that's like, oh my God, they not picking up. I called and I called. No, I never do that. But there was somebody that, I was getting to know. And I don't know, he just had a lot going on. I'm gonna say a ghost is a ghost, so I'm gonna just say a ghost. But he just could never really get his shit together. And then we would talk, and then we had periods where we wouldn't talk. And then I think what was going on with him is he was kind of deciding if he was gonna go back to leave and leave state again because he was in Alaska. This is in Alaska. And if he was gonna go back home and all type of shit, and then he would come back, but he would still contact me when he came back. But I'm still gonna consider it ghosting because like, what is going on with you? Put y'all anybody ever been ghosted? Put it in the chat.
I have.
But
I don't know if that's considered ghosting, King, but
Aw,
We all
that's her.
been ghosted.
Yeah. Sip and talk with Lana said, I was ghosted in a friendship. It's been about 3 years now. I don't even know why. Okay, did it? How long were you friends? Come on up, Miss Londa. Because how long were you guys friends? I want to look. I'm nosy. I want to know. Um, how did you move on? Okay, Venus says, I've been ghosted. I just moved on with my life. Okay, now here's a question. Venus, put it in the chat. When do you know? Okay, I have been ghosted. Like, because, initially you reach out to someone, right? And boom, they just didn't pick up. How long does it take before you realize, oh, this person is ghosting me? Is that like one pickup? Is it 2 days? Is it like what's the time frame where you're like, I think I've been motherfucking ghosted?
Shit, you know you been ghosting when you on they not answering the phone, then you get on the internet, they talking to other people, they ignoring your ass. You just ghost. They just letting your ass know blatantly like, look, I don't want to talk to you. Cause now you got the internet in play and you got people, you know what I'm saying, making other pages and shit. So I mean, you just
Gloria
gotta
laughing.
ghost
Okay,
everybody.
okay. Welcome to the stage, Miss Londa.
Tia,
Hey,
Tina,
Hey. Okay, tell us what happened to you.
okay, so it was about 3 years ago. I was planning a surprise birthday for her. It was me and her and another person. We all had been friends since like junior high. We called ourselves the Three Amigos.
Mhm.
So I had already talked to the one friend months before this. She already knew, what we was planning was me, her, and her youngest daughter. So the day of, we're, me and the youngest daughter, we're like, okay, can you get her over here, you know what I'm saying? And she's telling me like, well, she just really doesn't want to be in the house, she really wants to go to the casino. And I kind of got mad at her because I'm like, okay, like, you knew we was planning this, so you're not gonna put no effort in to try to get her here after I did all of this or that or whatever.
Right.
So then she's like, well, but if you want to come out with us, we would love to have you. And I was like, I'm good. Because, at this point, I got an attitude. I feel some
Mhm.
type of way. So I talked to her like maybe 2 weeks after that. We had a conversation and she was a little, like attitudey. Like she kind of was snappy. And I'm like, okay, what was that about? So I went to Miami, came back because I went to Miami for my birthday. I came back and I had been reaching out to her. I had actually been reaching out to her before I went to Miami and I wasn't getting any response. So I tried
Mhm.
when I came back, and no response. So then I called somebody else that I was friends with, and I was telling her like what was going on, and I'm like, it's funny that you brought up the show Ghosted, because I'm like, I was thinking about reaching out to that show, but she was like, no, I wouldn't even go through all of that. What I would do is I would reach out to her one more time, and if she doesn't respond, then I would just kind of like let it go.
Mhm.
So I did that. Still didn't get a response. Some months went by, and me and this friend was at my house. We were drinking, and I was talking about it again. So I decided, okay, well, it's been some time. Let me see if I call her, maybe she'll respond. Well, I was blocked,
Wow.
and I don't know what happened till this day. We didn't have a falling out or any of that.
Because you
And,
brought it
and
up again.
and how long had you been friends? Tell
We
me
have
again.
been friends since junior high,
Oh,
literally.
Oh,
wow.
She
that's
was
awful.
all of my kids' godmom. I'm both of her kids' godmom.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, but she probably went on a hiatus from hearing other people's stuff, like Ravishing said, like some of the stuff be overload when it's years and years and you know this person and you know their character and everything, and you know what I'm saying, you've been taking it and taking it and taking it, and then you don't have no outlet for your own stuff. So I don't know. I've cut people off for shit like that. Like when stuff annoys
Mhm.
me like real bad because I'm a very irritable person. So if I got to keep repeat myself, and then I even hate to hear other people repeat themselves. So it's it's like just a personal thing with me and my mind say like I can't take this. I'm in overload right now. So I'll go ghost on you real quick.
Yeah, I will do that to people too, but it's like, because I have another friend who would call me like every time we talk, you're telling me about your son. And I get it. As a mother, when you're going through stuff with your kids, you want to vent. But when you're one of those type of mothers that's not really putting your foot down and really not trying to do anything, and you're kind of coddling him and covering for him, at this point, it's too draining. And then it's like I can't call you and just have a conversation about anything. I could be having something that's going on good with me that day, and then I have to listen to your draining drama that you're not
Exactly.
That's
dealing
what
with.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
said. Rhonda,
Yes.
that's what
That's
I
Yeah,
the
said.
main
Trauma
thing.
dumping. Trauma dumping. I like it's gonna overload me. Like you realize that some people you talk to can change the whole trajectory of your day
yeah,
just by what they're saying. It's like, oh my
That's
God,
true.
I heard
that's
all
Or
this
true.
just a
negativity.
voice.
Now I feel negative. Now I
Yeah.
feel negative.
Yeah,
And I
and
don't, and
then
then
what?
when you know you don't want to feel like that, or when you know the conversation is always the same, that's another reason that keeps you from reaching out to some people.
Yeah,
I
and
know
then
what
what
the
took the
conversation is
cake?
gonna be.
What took the cake with her is, so I have a TV network. So when I first started my TV network, I was trying to figure out how to build the Roku channel. It was really
Hmm.
hard, but I finally figured it out. So I was so happy. I started inboxing the link to everybody. So she reaches out to me and says, "What was that you just sent me?" I was like, "I finally got my Roku channel going." She was like, "Look, I don't have time for nobody's problems. I got my own problems." And I'm like, "I
Who
know
said
you
it was a
didn't just."
problem? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
or yeah, and I'm like, "Hold on, I know you didn't just say that when all you do is complain about what's going on with you. I don't give a fuck if you're mad. Oh, okay. So I won't be calling you no more." So when she calls me, I don't mention anything that I have good going on with me. I just kind of let her talk. I keep it short and I keep it pushing.
But
Let
some of
me
that
ask you
stuff,
something. Let
some
me
of that
ask you
stuff be
something, Londa.
jealousy too.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I was just about to ask you that.
Look,
Was she jealous?
people
Was
can't
she
hear
a
about
hater?
your
A
good stuff.
secret hater?
It
People
could
can't
be.
hear about your good stuff if they can't tell you nothing about their bad stuff. Like the bad always seems to over trump the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It gets
Yeah.
more airplay. Just like the negative shit that we have on the internet. And all the negative stuff play long time, long time. This shit gonna play a long, long time. But what about
Oh
the good shit that's happening right now?
yeah,
You know what I'm
good
saying?
shit.
So it's always overshadowed to stuff like that, and the haters definitely don't want to see you do better than them, to
That's
where
right.
they didn't have a part in it or they couldn't join in or anything. So it's a lot of jealousy also.
Yeah.
Let me pause real quick.
Microphone
And I want to
people.
get back to Londa. Let me pause real quick. I want to, okay, first of all, you guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you didn't get a chance to hit the like button on your way in, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you can, even drop by and give a comment or something like that. I definitely would appreciate that. I want to get to a couple comments, and then I do have a couple questions for you, Londa. Okay, so Mimi said, I got two childhood friends and we talk every 3 months. Pick right back up where we left off on the phone for hours catching up. Associates, I asked off rip if they're venting or need my left brain. Venus says, I know I've been ghosted when I'm blocked or when when I say hey to them, they don't answer and I move on. I don't call nobody or nothing. That's right. Yep. Oh, hey, Sela, welcome. Sela says usually people ghost you because they too insecure to tell you they don't F with you like that. That is true. And we were talking about that. I don't know what point you came in, Sela, but we were saying like even in the instance, like say you were talking to somebody and you're just not attracted to them when you meet them. If you've been talking to this person for 3 months online and you guys finally decided to meet, you don't think you deserve to kind of tell them, like, yeah, just not kind of feeling you like that. I thought I was going to be attracted. You have to say something. Even if you don't, if you want to tell a nice lie, say something. Because my whole thing is, if I've been talking to you that long, I at least consider you a friend or a friendly person, and I'm going to care how you feel. I'm not just going to disappear like that. I think that's wrong.
Hey,
Okay,
Lady
so
Scorpio.
Cassandra says, I've never been ghosted or I never felt like I have. Folks in your life for a season, a reason, and a lesson. I don't feel any types of way. Okay, somebody agreed with Sela. Sela said, right, Sela Saint. Venus also said, clearly it be my vibe sometimes, and yeah, they ghost. Not everyone is for everyone. That is true. That is true. And we did talk about that earlier. Like at a certain point, um, when we were trying to figure out when do you even deserve an explanation? Like if I just meet up with you and there's no time invested at all, I don't like say a friend fixed you up, right? I don't feel like that needs deserves an explanation. Or why don't you call them? Or how come you're not reaching out to him? That doesn't deserve an explanation from me. It just didn't work. I wasn't feeling it, and I don't owe anyone anything. So that's my thoughts at least. Okay,
Oh
Mimi
wow,
says.
Ravishing Rashonda comment.
Okay, we almost there. Mimi said, I've not been ghosted before. I hadn't realized because I likely already cut them off. That's kind of what I was trying to say earlier, that sometimes I won't even know because I'm not gonna call you repeatedly. Like I may call once, and if you don't pick up, or because I know you see I called you, and I may not ever call again. So I don't even know if that's ghost or not because I'm not really playing all into that. So yeah. Okay. Mimi agrees with Cassandra. That's exactly me, Cassandra. My motto, too. Ravishing Rashonda said, I have a friend I help out constantly. I called her phone all the day and I'm blocked. Wow. That's awful. That's awful. Mimi said, Yep, can't keep altering my peace. Hey, Lady Scorpio, welcome.
Right, Mimi.
Oh, man. Oh, Ravishing, come on up. Look, Ravishing Rashonda, come on up on the panel. We want to know what happened. Okay, Lady Scorpio said, if I've been ghosted, I can care less unless it's someone that I'm really close to, like a childhood friend or something. Okay, yeah. Lady Scorpio said, there's levels to this. Y'all ain't knocking me off my square and I don't even know your ass. And honestly, that's
Shit.
how I feel. And
That's
look,
the main thing.
that's the
Shit.
main thing. And a lot of people need to listen to that and ingest it. It's like, um, yeah, we hate for it to happen to us because it could even be somebody like, I mean, let's be for real. We're all human. We're all human. And if you did meet someone or you met even a friend or anything like that and you thought things were nice and that you guys got along, to be ghosted, I think ghosting is harsh. I think ghosting is harsh, but I will say this. I will participate in the ghosting if I feel like this person, I don't know, because honestly, I'm in a personal dilemma. Now I ain't even talking about the two. Look, it's a whole lot of bullshit going on, y'all. I'm in I'm in a personal dilemma. Um, I don't consider it, but it's not ghosting. It's definitely not ghosting because if anything, the person stopped talking to me. They stopped talking to me. But I'm also of the belief that just because, some people really try to play games, like, and say, oh, well, I never said anything to you to make you think that anything was wrong to why we weren't talking, but I know that you actively have not been speaking to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
If
they
y'all can pick
already knew you was gonna cut their ass off. That's all.
exactly, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, some people will try to not say anything, even though they've been, not actively not speaking to you. But then, when they decide that they're ready to come back, um,
When they come back, they act like ain't nothing happened, and you be like, "Hold
right,
up, wait,
right,
what
and it's like,
happened? Hold up,
no,
we gotta fill in this
yeah,
blank."
exactly. In my mind, I didn't already ended this because I noticed that you were moving
Yes.
funny. That's
Gotta
what
address
happened.
all the elephants in the room. You gotta
Yeah.
address the
So it's
But
not
elephants.
really,
Candy,
I don't know, I don't really call that ghosting. 'Cause
I
I
don't call
think
that
true
ghosting, but I
ghosting.
would go ahead. I'm sorry, Candy.
No, no, go ahead, Granny, go ahead.
I don't call that ghosting. Um, some people like to throw subliminals and do shit, and they know exactly what they're doing, and it's constant. And people like that, I'll call emotional vampire suckers that likes. Have y'all ever ran into people who just like drama? Y'all, and I'm quite sure
Woo,
some,
baby.
yes, you have ran into people like that in your life.
Well,
And
stay safe,
when they,
goodness. Make sure you guys are
when
good.
they're emotional vampire suckers, they like to draw you into bullshit. And then they act like Heavy said, nothing happened. And you want to address that issue because you're like, okay, look, I know you did X, Y, and Z. You want to call me back. Ain't like nothing happened. Nothing ever went down. But you want me to continue this conversation with you. But yet, if I get back into this conversation with you, I know what kind of female you are. I'm going to be pulled back into the same bullshit that you started before. So people like that, I believe you just cut them off and call them for what they are. You're a fucked up individual, and you sometimes you just have to tell people, Candy, you're a fucked up individual, and I don't want to fuck with you.
Man, Gigi, that's what I had to do to that Scorpio friend that I told y'all about.
Y'all can't
Yeah,
talk at the same time
Um,
when Granny's talking.
I'm sorry. She's still talking. I'm sorry.
no, you can
Okay,
go ahead, Peter. Go ahead and finish. I had muted my mic. Go ahead.
I was saying that's what I had to do to my Scorpio friend, ex friend. Her ass every time. I'm like, every time I go outside with you, it's always some drama surrounding you, and then my name coming back up. Oh, bitch, you got to get rid of. Got to go. And then she called me and act like ain't nothing happened. Well, friend, I'm going make a dinner tomorrow. This that. You is not my friend. Stop calling me friend. Like she used the word so loosely, it pissed me off that I don't want nobody to call me they fucking friend now.
oh, don't say that now.
Gee, if you gonna act give me any inkling that, oh, you gonna make special meals for me, this, that, and then have me outside in some fuck shit the next day, hell no, I ain't fucking with
Okay, I did want to get back to Miss Londa. Okay, Londa, so okay, so this, you said this happened to you 3 years ago. You
Mm-hmm.
never got any resolve. Honestly, I'm gonna put my last opinion. I think you had a hater.
And when stuff happens
Hey,
and
Angel.
you kind of sit and think about it like after the fact, and you
Hmm.
kind of realize that you might have ignored some red flags. So I got to thinking. So I had started a nonprofit in 2020, and she was, supposed to be like one of the people on the team or whatever. And I remember this particular day, we was all supposed to be having a meeting to discuss, the nonprofit. Her and my
Mhm.
other friend, they were the only ones who showed up. So as we're talking, I mentioned, because I had got shirts printed up and everything with the logo on it. I'm like, so yeah, whenever we have an event, we're gonna wear the shirts because this is how I will get the name of the nonprofit out there. And the look she
Mhm.
gave me, I was just like confused about it. So I asked my cousin the next day. I told her about it. I said, "Did I say something wrong? Was I not supposed to say that? Because I'm new to the business world at this time. I don't.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm not using the right verbiage or something. Maybe it was offensive what I said. I didn't know, so that's why I was asking. And I just, that was like one red flag. Like, and then when I was talking to her on the phone before I went to Miami, I was complaining about, because I do interviews on my podcast. And a lot
Mhm.
of times, and then I have co hosts, and a lot of times my co hosts aren't consistent. So I was complaining about the one girl at the time that was my co host. When she says she's going to be there, then oops, sorry about that. She ends up not being there. And I'm like, I just had to let her go. And she was like, well, are you paying her? No, I haven't started making money. If I'm not making money, how can I pay her? But it was just the
Right.
way she
Mhm.
said it. It was real rude and nasty. So those were the red flags that I kind of like ignored. That there might have been something going on already, and I
Mhm.
kind of brushed it off.
Sometimes you can have people around you that you think that Angel, look at Angela's laughing at you, Londa. She says Siri doesn't understand you. um
Hey,
so-
Angel.
yeah, sometimes you can have people around you that aren't ready to see your growth.
Yeah, that's what I said
That part,
because
or
yeah,
scared that you growing, like you're growing further from them. Like I know that like I had outgrew people, so when I know that I do outgrow sorry. When I know that I
Don't
do
get too much into it,
out
Tamika. You know we got a show coming up on that.
okay. I'm gonna go on mute. I forgot all about that. I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on mute.
but I was going to say about the part with the t-shirts. Like that's a good idea. Like that's how you promote you and get you out of there. So I guess to her, she felt like, oh, this is really happening for you now. So yeah, she
Right.
did sound like she did you a favor.
Or it was probably she back to the jealousy thing. Oh, she got me wearing shirts with her name on it and shit. Like she don't want to show the support for you because she probably was talking to somebody else about you. So she can't be seen walking around with your logo on her shirt.
Oh, Tita, that was
Oh
a
yeah,
good
that
one.
was a good one. That
Baby,
was a
you
good one.
cannot take everybody with you. That is the old saying. You grow, everybody is not gonna come along. So some
Right.
people you know, 50 years that you might have to end up letting go because you're growing. And that means in your mind, in your business, whatever. You can't take everybody with you.
And that's
That is
true.
true.
That's true. Everybody's not ready for your journey. So you know what? I know. I mean, I could imagine that was because you guys. You know what? I forgot about my ghosting. And it's so funny. I forgot about my ghosting, but I was thinking about it in another context because I've been talking about it lately. Remember me telling you guys about my friend that stopped speaking to me after I told her that her boyfriend at that time had gotten another female pregnant. I was
Hmm.
ghosted in that friendship.
Dang.
We never had a conversation. Well, I'm mad that you told me this or no. She just I that instance in that instance with her, and mind you, this is when I'm young. So yes, I did call her because I didn't know what was going on. Like, dang, what's going on? I haven't heard from you. You talked to her, that type of. I did get ghosted in that friendship in that situation when I told my friend at that time that her man had a baby on the way with somebody else. So I've been talking about because we've had just a couple of things where it's come up, and yeah, I did get ghosted in that friendship. And that was very hurtful because we had been, at this point, we had been friends for years, like all through high school. And this happened maybe a couple years after high school. So yeah.
I think Candy in that scenario, she probably was embarrassed that you found out about it and that everybody else was talking about it already. So she just
Hmm.
like, I had to just get rid of everybody because I'm like, I don't want to
Oh
face
yeah,
that.
because she wasn't gonna get rid of him.
Right, that's
She
what I say. She don't want to
mhm.
face the fact that she's still finna fuck with him, even though she know this baby is on the way, and she's tired of hearing this baby is on the way, and that everybody know that I'm stupid because I'm finna go back
Mhm.
and you got this baby on the way. So nah, she ain't want to talk to you no more because she ain't
Yeah.
the last of
I'm gonna put that up there from Sela. That is true. Some people don't want to see you come up. They really don't. Some people don't want to see you doing better than them. Or you have some people in your life that is why her, not me. Why him, not me. And that's honestly a sad place to be in. Where I mean, if you can't have things going on in your life to where you look at yourself and say, okay, I can see why this is happening for this person and not happening to me. Sometimes you don't even want to acknowledge it, but you have to acknowledge. A lot of people just say, oh, this person just got God's favor, whatever. But let's also not um acknowledge the fact that some people put in the work. So that's why things are going their way. I'm sure there's probably very few um millionaires or anything like that that'll say that, you know they didn't have to do anything unless you were born into it, which is totally different. But anybody self-made, there was work put in. So to have a friend and someone that you think would be happy for you, that's a sad thing, and that's a person that really needs to look at their self, because even if your friend is up, you should be happy for them. You should be happy for them, because even when somebody, there can be somebody that can be your best friend and you still don't know their innermost thoughts, or what they think about before they go to bed, or every single insecurity that they may have. Like, you don't know what somebody's going through when they get, the things that are in store for them. But I don't know. I guess you just got to get to a certain place within yourself to where you recognize that and can be happy for other people. You know? Okay. Anybody? Right, right, right. Don't, yep. Saint Sela said, my motto is don't hate, congratulate, and elevate. That's right. Shit. Angel said, some just like seeing you at the bottom of the totem pole because it makes them feel superior over you or make them feel less inferior within themselves. And that is absolutely true as well. That is absolutely true as well.
Right.
Okay, you guys, anybody have any more tales of ghosting or anything like that? And y'all know it's Friday. Y'all want to talk about anything else? What's something else y'all want to chat about? Put it in the chat. If there is anything else you guys want to talk about, unrelated, doesn't matter. We can have open chat now if you guys want. If not, if y'all don't want to talk about anything else.
Okay, well, I had a situation just recently with an office space that I was renting from someone.
Okay, now don't tell me something's going on with this, because I know you just recently got that, Londa. What's going on?
So I rented the office space from the person, but we kind of got to talking about what I had going on. So I was kind of telling her everything that I had going on. Now, she herself is supposed to have a production business or whatever. And so we was talking about collaborating,
Hmm.
but I noticed early in some ways about her. The first thing that kind of got to me was a person that I had already been working with,
Hmm.
and she kept questioning it because I'm like, we were gonna do a whole podcast show together, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna be the videographer, he's gonna record, he doesn't mind not getting paid up front, he doesn't mind getting paid as he goes, like as we make money, then like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
She
Y'all had
wants
an
to question
understanding.
him,
Y'all had
like
an
question
understanding.
his his part, and it's like I told her in a nice way, like anybody that has been working with me with the understanding that the money that I'm putting in that I have is to run the business right now. There's no money to pay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Hmm.
trying to, kick them out. And she's telling me like I have to consider when I'm working with them that I have to consider
Okay, okay, you went out for me, Miss Londa. I don't know if I'm just the only one.
No, no, she went out for everyone.
Yeah, I can't hear her.
Okay, Londa, if you can hear us, we can't. You went out for us at a certain point. Now, I definitely want to hear this. Night, Tita.
Good night, Tita.
Night, Tita
Night,
Weeta.
Rita.
Are you back with us, Londa? We're gonna give Londa a minute to get her sound together. This has been a good talk, you guys, and looks like
This
right
really
on
been a
time
good show.
for a couple people. And
Yes.
we all been there at some time or another. We really have. And you know what? If you've never experienced it, this is something that can happen, does happen a lot. Um, like even we laughed about it, you guys. We did laugh. It was a little funny. But remember the videos. Tamika, did you send it to me? Remember the girl, the young lady, who has been out on 2 dates and she keeps getting ghosted. Welcome back, Londa. Please pick up where you left off because I wanted to hear what's going on here. So you dropped off when you were saying that you were trying to explain, hey, the money being generated now right now is being put back into the business. You're muted, Londa. I don't know if you're talking, but you're on mute. Thank you for the super chat, Tita.
Thank you, Tita.
Okay, Londa's trying to get it fixed. Okay, so I'm going to go to Voracious. So, with our discussion, did it get you thinking a little bit more? And are you more at peace with your decision? Or do you have a final decision on what you're going to do with this friendship?
I do. I'm at peace with my decision, but I am gonna try to let her know one more time, even though I know what the outcome is. I still am going to be just so I can not feel anything. You know what I'm saying? Because like right now, I'm like, am I being fair? Like I just want to make sure I'm being fair in this whole thing because this is a long term friendship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just want to.
Well,
I said I am going to let her know how I feel one more time, and that's it.
and see if you guys can have, because you said that sometimes she can get a little nasty, a little volatile with the but you
Right.
know what, you're doing everything to make, I can see that you're already constructing in your mind what are the things that I should do so that when I finally walk away from this friendship, this long ass friendship, I can really be at peace with my decision. That's what you're trying to do, right?
Right.
Okay, I get it. I get it. And once
or
again, thank you for the super sticker, Tita. And Sela said, what's low key depressing is knowing you can't share your victories with so called friends for fear of jealousy. Oh, my goodness. And you know what, Sela? If you, and this is anybody, if you find yourself having, I could see dealing with one person that's like that, but if you find yourself around more than one friend, quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes, girl, for the friend, you might need to reevaluate that because that would not make me happy. That would not make me happy knowing that I'm surrounded by people that genuinely, are not happy for me and the things I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, thank you
Yeah.
for the super. Is this a y'all know I'm new? Is this a sticker or this is a super chat? Thank you for the super chat, Ravishing Rashonda. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, Miss Londa, can you hear? Can we hear
yeah,
you?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put this one, the one with the avatar. That's good. I'm gonna kick this other one off. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, now you stopped off where you said that you were trying to explain to your friend, hey, the business is making a little money, but the money that it's making is being generated and put back into the business. And that's where you dropped off. What happened?
So basically, what I was trying to tell her is that he was willing to work as a collective. He wasn't worried about pay because he knew it wasn't there. So if
Mm-hmm.
somebody that I had already been working with, if they're willing to work with me with that understanding, I'm not going to, kick them because you want to question it and act like you just have all this knowledge or whatever. So that was the first red flag. And
Mm-hmm.
then she the thing that got me with it is when I explained that to her, it was like she's one of those people that's like whatever she wants, she's going to keep pushing it. So she brings the discussion up again. So at that time I just said, well, you know what, I think it would be best if you work with your team and I'm going to work with my team, because I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't going to allow her to dictate who I bring in and who I bring out. I don't even like to move like that. Even in friendships, I don't like that. Goofy,
Yeah.
goofy to me. So that was the first thing. The second thing was the other guy who had his show on my network. She was working for him as a writer and she was in the show, but she kept having these issues with him and his wife and her writing and this and that. She whines about everything. She takes every little nitpick thing personal. So he gave her an exit letter. Now I have two friends that's also in his show.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to tell me after he gave her the exit letter, she calls me and she's like, well, have you been talking to Rhonda or Vonda? Because he gave me the exit letter and somebody's talking. And I'm like, why does it have to be that somebody's talking? I mean, you guys have been having issues back and forth. Why does anybody? And I'm like, and I know for a fact they don't even care about, they don't care what y'all have going on. They're not
Right.
involved in that or whatever. So I let her continue to talk. We get off the phone 15 minutes later. She calls me back and is like, well, moving forward, I would just like to do contracts because one thing I don't play about is my money. Number one, and number two, I know those are your friends and you trust them, but somebody's talking and you brung new people to the team. I said, first of all, why do you feel anybody had to tell him anything? Furthermore, you mentioned around more than one person that you were done. So what is the issue? That was my thing with
Yeah.
her. And you're accusing people and you don't even know that, which I know they didn't say anything, and then you're trying to tell me that it's a conflict of interest. That's what she said. It's a conflict of interest. I said, how is it a conflict of interest? Those are my friends. What are you talking about? And they've
Mm-hmm.
been my friends before I've connected with any of you. So she's
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, no, you have to look at it from a business standpoint. I said, girl, listen, you can't call that shot, number one. And when it comes to my friendships, it's fuck everybody if it's gonna go down like that, because they've been there from every
From the jump.
endeavor
Yeah.
that I've started. They are there. They show up Johnny on the spot. When I have a so-called team that I'm supposed to be working with and they don't show, they're Johnny on the spot. So you're not gonna tell me that it's a conflict of interest. Her, and then her main target, what I noticed about her was her main target was my friend Vonda. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is where it gets interesting, and this is
Okay.
where she fucked up, is because when I brung my brother to a meeting to talk to us about grant funding, he's being flirtatious. He's flirting with her, and obviously she's feeding in. Now, he did date my friend.
Mm-hmm.
They had just previously broke up. During this meeting, he's constantly venting about her. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a woman, if a man is sitting there venting constantly, like you can't even focus what we supposed to be talking about in this meeting, you want to keep talking about her, that's a red
Mm-hmm.
flag. So I wouldn't even feel
Right.
bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So then when I talked to her, when it was just me and her, like a couple of days later, I was telling her, like, I don't think it would be a good idea to feed into that with him. Obviously, he still has feelings. That's all he was talking about. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, and I'm like, you're renting an office to her. That would be kind of like, it would be uncomfortable. It's kind of like you guys are starting somewhat of a relationship. That would be an uncomfortable situation, but I'm just speaking from my standpoint. That's just not something that I would do. And
Mm-hmm.
she was like, well, I don't think that he was lying about anything. I mean, he really sounds like, he was telling the truth. And I just think she feels bad. And at this point, I really want to say something to her, but I bite my tongue because it's like, girl, please stop it. I'm not going to put my brother's business out there. That's why
Yeah.
when he was asking me, I kept telling him I'm not getting into the relationship. That's between y'all. I don't have nothing to say because I know my brother, but at the same time, I'm not gonna put his business out there. But if you feel that thirsty that you know this is what you want to do and you don't want to be professional, then go right on ahead. So when she came at me and was saying that somebody was talking, then she says, and it's a conflict of interest to even have them around when we're working on the show. I said, how is it a conflict of interest? She said, well, when we did the interview for the women's retreat, Vonda was there. I said, first of all, Vonda wasn't there to work on it. She just happened to be there and she stepped in and helped. She pushed one button, like I'm getting irritated. So that's why my voice was going the way it was going, because now you kind of getting under my skin. So I just told her, you know what? I just want to rent an office space from you. I'm gonna pay my monthly rent. I don't want to collab with you. You're off the show. I just don't even want to deal with you on that level because I don't have time for the petty shit.
Mhm.
And I hung up on her. I don't know. She just thought it was just out of anger, but I was dead serious. So I removed her from everything. But I was still paying my monthly rent. She couldn't
Oh
respect that
goodness,
though.
what happened?
She
Mhm.
couldn't look at it like, okay, even though she decided not to collab with me, she's paying her monthly rent on time.
Right.
She comes in one day. I'm literally getting ready for a show. She comes in. She was like, "Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you. I see that you removed me from everything." And before I get to this, when I first looked at the office and she told me the amount, she said the podcast room was included. Okay, so going back, she's like, I see you remove me from everything. So since we're not collabing, um, you're doing your interviews, you're charging 150 for your interviews. You can pay me $50 off of each interview. So I'm looking at her like, okay. So I said,
Hey,
well,
hey, hold on, let me pause. I'm gonna pause twofold. Twofold, because this is getting good, but I definitely I got to do something real quick. Welcome,
Thank you,
and dear,
Coco.
welcome. That's what I said. Thank you for the super chat, Coco. I appreciate you. And welcome anybody. You look anybody in the bushes. Welcome, 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 everybody. Okay, now, Londa, tell me what just real quick, in case I missed it. What was the price
for my
before
uns
the incident?
for my on-site interviews, oh, for the
No, no,
podcast.
no. For you, so she wasn't charging you anything
No,
to be
no.
in the space.
When I came to the reception office, she told me it was 275 for the office space that I was renting. She said there the kitchenette and the podcast room was included, so there was no charge. So I had my equipment and stuff in there, and I would do, my interviews and whatnot. So she's like, well, since we're not collaborating on anything and you're doing interviews and you're charging 150 for your interviews, you could pay me 50 off your interviews. So then after she says this, she tries to piggyback after I said, well, as I told you before, the whole reason I have a 2 bedroom is so that I can have a whole nother room just to do my podcast. So I can do my podcast at home. And she's like, well, you have to give me a 60-day notice. I said, no, I'm talking about I can take all my equipment and I can do my interviews. I can do my podcast at home. And she was like, well, I thought you said you didn't want anybody coming to your house. At this point, I'm irritated. So I said, I really don't care. I said it like that, like kind of nasty because I'm irritated.
Hmm.
So then she piggybacks and says, well, me and my friend, we want to do a podcast. So you won't have to pay me the 50 off your interviews if you let us use your equipment. I have to
Wow.
really
She a
bite.
user, girl.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, I have to really bite my tongue because I have a lot to lose at this point. I got all my stuff in this lady's office, like my heat press equipment. That's $8,000 worth of equipment, and that's not even including all my podcast equipment. That's just the heat press equipment alone. So I have to really kind of like stand back. I gotta play it cool. So I'm like, I let her talk. So she leaves
Hmm.
or whatever. After I did my show that night, I packed up all my equipment out that podcast room. and I brought it home
Right.
and set up here. But I was still paying my rent. But I had made it up in my mind. I said, I'm just gonna give my 60-day notice. So when I paid the rent that month, I put the letter in with the money order. She didn't pick
Mhm.
it up to the 11th. So when she picks it up, she texts me and says, um, thank you for the payment. I got your letter. You can go on and be gone by the end of the month. Consider this 30 days. Bitch. First of all, it's not 30 days. If you telling me I have to give you 60 days, you have to honor that as well. Number one,
Mhm.
but if you're gonna give me 30 days, you didn't pick the rent up to the 11th. So really, technically, I don't have to be gone by the end of the month. I really don't have to be gone until the 11th.
But you still want to do some things over there?
No, I'm gone completely.
Or you're just talking about on GP, you trying to tell me when I got to be out and I don't, you know.
Yeah, like
Okay.
girl, like you want me out because I don't. You're mad because I don't want to bow down to you. So you feel like you have an office space. I need an office space, but you want to run and control. And because I don't want to let you run and control me, you want to be dirty. I don't have a problem going back home. I don't have a problem with that. It's still not going to stop anything that I have going on. I'm still going to continue on to do what I need to do.
Right. Look, Katina, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Look, she thinks by doing all those things that it's going to stop you and just keep going. Because you know what? I know that you were very excited to get your office space and everything. I remember you telling me about it. And you know what? That was very exciting. But you know what? You're gonna get a better place. You're gonna get somewhere better. And
That's
you're
what
going to
I was
get it under the conditions that you need it to be in order for you to grow. That what be glad that that situation is over.
Yeah. Once I got my stuff up out of there, and I kept telling Vonda because Vonda was like, "No, don't leave. Just," she was like, "Just pay the $50." I was like, "Vonda, it's not about paying the $50. It's about her reneging and she's doing it to be ornery." I said, if she's gonna be
Mhm.
petty on one thing, she's gonna be petty on the next, because I was literally getting ready to start selling taco dinners every Saturday at the office just because I was trying to, make the money to produce my show. But I was
Mhm.
like, I stopped all of that. She was like, girl, no, just make your money in her face. I said, look, let me tell you something. I'm not a confrontational person. I got a lot to lose. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just stay away from this office. I gave my 60-day notice. I'm gonna stay away until I move my stuff out of here because I don't want to have no run-ins with her and it end up the wrong way. I got too much to lose, too much. So she was like, well, I'll pay. I said, no, I'm staying away. And then she got the drift of what I was saying, because then she hits her up and was like, you're gonna have, since you put a lock on your door, I need a copy of the key to your office. Why do you need a copy of the key to her
Well,
office?
she harassing you at this point.
So she tells her that, and since my friend tells her, well, no, I'm not giving you a copy of the key to my office, she's like, well, you can just be gone by the end of the month. I said, I told you, she's petty.
Mhm.
So we both had to be out by the end of the month, which we left gladly, but it didn't stop anything.
Yeah. That's what she thought she was going to do. She thought she was going to stop your movement and
right. It
she's not
sounds
going
like she
to.
only
She is
blocked
not going to at all.
Yeah.
At all. All you need to be doing, like, restructure things, do a quick restructure, and you know what? Maybe do you have, because I know you were doing your show before you moved into your office. You know what? And you always have a wonderful presentation. If anybody has not been over, you guys got to check out Alonda's shows. You had a great presentation then, and so you can do that again and save yourself that money in any funds that you was thinking about paying out, and just until the a better opportunity comes along.
So the only thing is, I still do my show. The only thing is that, I interview like artists and stuff, and I live alone. And
Mhm.
not saying that anybody would be on that, but as a woman living alone, I don't want to have strange men just coming to my house and I'm here by myself. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's on anybody's mind, and that was my thing. Why I wanted to have like a space to
Yeah, I get
interview
it.
people. So I do virtual and I still do my shows So it's like I said, she ain't stopped nothing.
Well, could you consider when you're going to do in-person interviews, you don't have a friend that could come over to the house with you?
I could probably have like one of my kids or something. It, you know what? The I can do the virtual right now. I only charge 75 to do the virtual interviews, and
Hmm.
I'm working towards getting into another space, but I put it on
Yes,
hold
you'll
right
find
now.
someone that's better than what she had.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
put it
it's
on
straight
hold right
business.
now.
Look, no commingling. Yeah, because that's somebody that you thought like you guys were on the same, path, and had the same ideas, but it seemed like she wanted to run the show.
That's
That's what
exactly
it
what it
seemed like.
is.
She wanted to run the show and wanted to act like you were working for her. It's like,
Yeah,
no, we working together. I don't work for you. And she was trying to have input on things that were none of her business. You
exactly,
worry about your side of this equation, of the
right,
business, and let me worry about mine. And then
exactly.
we come together. But yeah, I'm
So
glad
I
I'm glad
put
you got out of that situation.
yeah, I put the office looking for an office space on hold because I'm about to start filming for the the TV show.
Yeah,
So
because you got to tell everybody about the reality show.
the reality show is called Woman's Retreat. This is a show about women who have suffered from abuse, past traumas, or various hardships. They're literally coming on the show. They're going to share their stories. The whole overall goal that I want to get out of the show is that I want to show that women need to come together more. We need to support each other more. We need to bond and create a sisterhood. You know how they
Mhm.
say it takes a village to raise children? I feel like it takes a
Mhm.
village of women to come together and stick together. If any woman, most women have been through abuse. So as a woman that's been through abuse, I can't judge the next woman and say, "Oh, she's stupid" or "Why she this or that." You don't know until you've been through it. You never understand unless you've been through it. So to judge another woman if you've been in those shoes, I don't know. I don't agree with it. But that's the overall goal of the show. I
Mhm.
got a lot of different activities we're gonna do with the women. They're all of my activities are structured to make the women have to strategize together, come together, bonding.
Where are you located, Londa? Because look, if somebody wants to be on the show, they might need to contact you. Where are you located?
I'm located in Minnesota. This is my very first season that we're about to start filming for now. My goal is to open it up, like, to have other people, but right now we got to get that revenue flowing so we can fly people out, put them up. They want to get here,
Mhm.
they got to put them up to stay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to accumulate the money within the network. But if people in other states want to have shows on the network, they definitely can do that because it's international.
Okay. All right. So you guys got to check out Sip and Talk with Londa. Okay, y'all better put it in the chat because look, y'all know Candy. Look, I had a slight little break, but I haven't had dinner yet. So look, I I don't mind keeping it going if you guys, as long as everybody wants to have some conversation and things like that. Or let me see, Coco, do you have something going on that we need to be going to, or what's going on for the night, you guys? Like I said, I don't mind keeping it open if people want to chat and come on up on the panel. Everyone's welcome and have open chat. Talk about anything you want to talk about. But if you guys want to end it here, that's what we're gonna do too. Because it's been a fun show. We talked about a lot. Coco, put it in the chat if you're having anything. Okay, Coco is having a watch party on her Twitch. She's about to play Belly. So if y'all want to take a look at a cult classic, that's what I consider Belly. If y'all want to take a look at a cult classic, y'all can go. Put the link to your Twitch in there, Coco. Um, Londa, put your link in there too in the chat so everybody can keep abreast of the show and what's going on there. But it has been a fun show, you guys. We will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna have another good topic picked out that we can just pick over and get everybody's ideas about. And once again, I appreciate you for coming through. If you did not hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out. And if you made it this far, think about leaving a comment. I would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the super sticker, Mimi. I appreciate you guys. And we will see you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Mimi.
And also keep in mind, if you guys go over Banger Show, he's probably going to be having a members only. And I see that DJ Copo is live right now too, you guys. So there's plenty to get into, okay, tonight. And I'm sure I'm going to see you guys somewhere, okay? So it's been fun. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good
Later,
weekend.
everybody.
Thank you, Angel, for becoming a member. Appreciate you.
Welcome.
Welcome to the family, everybody. And Stila, I hope I see you again here. I enjoyed having you here.
This my song.
I love this beat. I think I might find a new one though. I just have to go through and listen. Like this one? I like this one though. Bye y'all.
Bye, everybody.